Welcome to week 6 of Negotiation and Influence. I'd like to start the week by briefly apologizing to any of you who I offended with the feedback that I provided on the multi-mode negotiation. The Harvard Negotiation Project, I believe, has lessons that if learned can make a big difference in one's life, and I can get carried away with trying to push through the concepts to help you understand. It's more than just a course in my mind, but I understand that it is a course and that I may have been a bit pushy in my feedback. If you felt, those of you particularly that were T. Boyd, felt trapped because you were set up with a position, and if you did not remember the material from previous weeks, that you need to bracket your position in order to be successful at a win-win negotiation from an integrative bargaining perspective. If you didn't recall that, you could have been trapped by your position, and those positions, as you recall, can keep you from taking time to really discover what the genuine interests of your own interests as well as the other party are, so that you can brainstorm possible ways of meeting those interests. I'm going to give you time this week to let those lessons sink in. We only have 1 week left, and I'm feeling a little pinched for time in pushing through some of the concepts if you haven't yet quite had a chance to bring them down into a place where you can think more completely about them in your everyday practice. One way you're going to do that this week is in reflecting on the multi-mode negotiation based on the feedback that I provided both in your grade but also in the 6.0 forms. You'll be able to see all of the material as well as my feedback and think about what you did well, what you will need to do to improve in future win-win negotiations. I do want to remind you that compromise is not win-win. Compromise means that neither party really gets what they need. And in this situation, compromise was not needed. Just as in Sally Soprano, compromise was not needed. There truly was a way for both parties to win. I want you also to spend a good part of this week working with your team in preparing for that final negotiation as you examine all of the materials that you have, both in the book. Don't forget all the material that's in the book about the Eurotechnologies negotiation, as well as your confidential sheet. Look to see if there's any positions that you might need to bracket, positions that perhaps are false and may not need to be adhered to at all if you come up with understanding everybody's genuine interests and look at ways to satisfy those interests. So work from that perspective. And finally, at the end of the week this week, you have a written assignment that is based on having viewed the movie Win-Win with Paul Giamatti. It's a fun little movie, a touching movie. I think you'll enjoy it. The written assignment is to analyze the Win-Win movie by examining the components of win-win negotiations in real life and take a look and see what you think of the movie in that regard. I think that's about all that I have this week. I have had emails from a couple of you to try to understand my feedback, and others of you that are still unsure, please don't hesitate to email me and or set up a time to talk on the phone. I'm eager to be in dialogue over the phone with any of you that are wanting to know more about the Harvard Negotiation Project, or that are just wanting to gain clarity for the purposes of the final negotiation and writing the paper next week, so that you can show me how you have benefited from the course. That's it for this week. I hope you enjoy the week. It should be a little bit more relaxed, and I look forward to observing Form 6.0 and reading your written assignment. I will grade Week 5's written assignment tomorrow. Take care.